Do you want a lush, fruitful, happy-looking garden like this? Here are some of the systems that I use to keep my garden happy. First and most important is the soil structure that is created by piling mulch on top of your current soil. This slowly breaks down, creating more organic material on top of your current soil while also keeping the moisture in the soil. And if it rains too much, it keeps the soil from washing away. Next, we have bed prep layout and how we switch beds when one crop is done.
So this, I pulled potatoes out of here, and the same day that I pulled potatoes out, I made sure the weeds were clear, and then I loaded more mulch on. Just some buckets of mulch from a pile we had in the back. You can use mulch or hay or whatever you need to, but always keep the soil covered. So when I pull something out, I put something else in, I put the mulch in, and then a few days later, I planted watermelon. But the key is to cover the soil immediately after harvest. This spot over here, I have videos on both of these on my channel. This spot over here had a lot of weeds in it. It had weeds everywhere in it. So I pulled the plants out. It was onion beds. I pulled the onions out, cleaned up the weeds just a little bit, put the tarp on, and now the tarp is killing the weeds underneath. It still has mulch on it, but the weeds are being killed by the sun instead of me having to go try to make sure I pull every root out. So that is the key for harvesting. You harvest, immediately recover the bed with mulch. My watering method is simple. Remember, I am not a full-time gardener. I am able to get out here for an hour or two on Saturdays and try to maintain all of this in that time and in maybe 10 or 15 minutes in the mornings. It's not a complicated system. I have the water going through an RV filter and then into soaker hoses. The RV filter is important because our water has a lot of sediment. It goes through soaker hoses. You can see this is a solid hose down here, and that just goes to another part of the garden, to this side over on the right, and that's just to help maintain evenness. All I do is check the water occasionally, make sure the ground is not dry, and then I water deeply when it's time to water. So I'll leave this on for an hour, 2 hours, and then check and make sure that it is all been watered. Very simple system for watering. Now you may look at these systems and you may say, that isn't exactly how I've seen it before, or I've seen famous gardeners do it different ways, Jean-Martin Fortier or Connor Crickmore from Neversink Farms, and I know all those ways. I have read about 40 different gardening books over the last 10 years while I've been gardening, and I also have taken Connor Crickmore's Neversink Farm course, and there's great information in there, and there's a lot of information that's useful and that's helped me. It's a great course if you're a market gardener. If you're somebody like me who works and has 9 kids and tries to maintain a work-life balance with all that, and I get to spend maybe 2 hours in the garden a week, maybe 3 on a good week, if you call it that, there are different systems that are important. I did Connor Crickmore's way. It's the most perfect system there is, I believe. But it only works if you can be out there every day. If you leave for a couple days, then your whole system is gone. So the systems that I use are simple. They can be left alone for a couple days and it not be the end of the world. Because let's be honest, most of us are not growing food professionally. I have done that for a short period of time. Most of us just want to grow food for our families and enjoy food in the garden and enjoy the time we can spend in the garden. And that is what my systems are about. Something easy, simple, the least amount of work to elicit the greatest response. Keep it simple, keep it growing.
There's a link to the full garden guide in the description below. Also, I will be working on a video series that will go through each of these systems as well in the future. So stay tuned. Keep it simple, keep it growing.